Mike,
Rob, what's
re-
good, homie?
nothing. Sounds like you got a little bit of craziness in your house right now going on.
Always, man. Always. You kidding? I got two kids under the age of 6. Always crazy at the crib. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, how are things, man? I mean, obviously things in our country aren't very good.
I mean, there's, I guess, as good as they can be. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, it's tough time. A lot of protesting going on in my area. Especially there was maybe a block away. There's a police precinct, so there was literally a whole bunch of shutdowns, and it was a pretty peaceful protest. Nothing crazy came around my area. And I mean, hey, look, like I know this is a bowling podcast, and we want to keep it more towards bowling. But when you have a lot of serious stuff like this going on, it's good just to kind of say some stuff. And I'm just look, this is like to me, it's like a pressure cooker that's been building up for years, and it just finally boom, between the quarantining and everybody staying home and then this all happening, I kind of felt like it was just a perfect storm. And you know what, people protesting, I'm with it. I've the rioting not so much, but I mean it is what it is. Like, people are just angry, and you can't be really mad at that. So that's really all I'm gonna really say about that, Mike. And how's things? I know I've seen some crazy videos out of Philly. I know
Yeah,
you're in Jersey
Philly,
area, but
very, very tense down there, I would say. My mom is down there still, lives down there still. She's not really in the area where there was so much of the looting and rioting going on, and peaceful protesting going on as well. And I kind of feel the same way you do. I was, disgusted by the video of George Floyd's death. I definitely, and listen, my dad was a cop, and I have to say that there's biases there, and they've been there for a long time. And anytime I see a video like that, it disgusts me. It's hard to believe that this is where we are in 2020. My classroom, I always try and bring an angle of social justice in some way to my classroom, whether it's in the novels that we read or the articles that I might have the kids read. For instance, a few years ago, I did several pieces on Colin Kaepernick's protest. So yeah, it's frustrating that this is where we are in 2020 and things need to change. I feel the same way you do. I support the peaceful protests. I support the movement in general. I kind of draw the line at the looting and rioting, and destruction of businesses and property, especially in this time where businesses haven't been open for a long time and they're probably surviving on a string anyway. So listen, it's I think this is like the craziest time that I've ever experienced in our country. I think back to some other times in history where our country had some turbulent times, and this is definitely, to me, seems like the most tense time in our country, or turbulent time in our country, and in my lifetime anyway. So yeah, it's always concerning. But as you said, Rob, we obviously want to touch on the political climate. You can't avoid it, right? It's not something that should be avoided. And it's important to discuss, across the board. But we're also here to keep things light, right? And talk bowling, and that's what we do here on Sweep the Rack. So
Mike,
we
real quick
say a
though,
little piece, but go ahead.
yeah, the only thing I want to add after this is the fact where the only really the only thing you can control in life is how you treat other people. And you can't control how other people feel, think. I mean, you could try to guide, but you can't control, right? So I kind of feel like, for me personally, I try to treat everybody around me with respect and courtesy as if they were my own family, my own close friends. And I feel like everybody needs to kind of do that moving forward, because it's one of those things, Mike, where like you could protest for 2 weeks, and do all this, and then you go back to your regular life after the protest kinds of over, and then everybody goes back to doing what they're doing. And I kind of feel like if everybody kind of controls what they're in their worlds and how they treat other people, then you're going to see some guidance. But I also feel like too, Mike, it's the youth that's the future. And you being a teacher, I feel like there's a lot of like racists out there that you're not going to change the way they think. They're racist, right? But you can guide a a 5-year-old. You can guide a 15-year-old, right? And you could show them the right way to do things and how to treat people. So I kind of feel like the country needs to focus on the youth, and they need to focus on the education, and the parents need to parent, right? And the parents need to do a lot, and the schools need to do more, and the parents need to do more. And I feel like that's how you're going to really change things. But Mike, like I said, we could talk about this for hours. I'm not a politician. I'm not into politics, but I do believe the youth is the future, and I do believe that a lot of the guidance and a lot of the change will come from the youth.
True.
So that's what
All
I'm going
right,
to say about that, Mike.
let's get into bowling, because we got some things
news
to get into. We got some things to get into tonight, Rob, and we'll kick it off with this. We're going to have a contest. We're going to give away a bowling ball tonight.
I know, bowling ball.
We may have other prizes too. This was last minute, so we're working on things. We're putting things together. We're using our connections, waiting to hear back from some people. But at a minimum, we're going to give away a bowling ball, maybe a runner-up prize as well. And Rob, you want to give the details on the contest?
Sure.
We'll repeat them several times. I'm sure people are going to join us here as we're live. People are going to trickle in, but put it up the first time. Maybe you can create a banner to go across the bottom of the screen that tells people what they have to do, so they can think about it as the show goes on and drop us their comments as we're on here.
Yeah. So the PBA is Saturday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Fox. They are running the Kentucky Derby. I'm sorry, Mike, that was a slip. A strike derby.
The home run derby?
Home run derby. There's a lot of derbies.
Strike derby. Okay.
Strike derby. They're running a strike derby where they're giving 8 pros, and the pros are as follows: Tommy Jones, Sean Rash, Kyle Troop, Chris Prather, Bill O'Neill, Anthony Simonson, Sean Maldonado, and EJ Tackett. Wow, you want to talk about a strong field, Mike. And every pro gets 2 minutes to throw as many strikes as they can. And then the first round of strikes, and then I would imagine they put them into brackets based on the position how many strikes they throw, and then it'll be a one-on-one competition, 8-man single elimination bracket to the winner of the strike derby. So the contest that I or Sweep the Rack want to run is I want people to guess the total number of strikes for the first round. Meaning,
okay, so you're talking all 8 players, they get 2 minutes apiece to throw as many strikes as they can, and our contest is going to be based on that total number for all 8 players.
All 8 players. So essentially you have 16 minutes of total first round guys throwing strikes. I want people to guess the number of the total number, and if you do guess a number, put it in the chat, and I want you to guess who's going to win and who's going to finish in second as tiebreakers. So,
okay. The winner of the overall competition, we mean.
Correct. And whoever
not
finishes
the winner of the first round strike off, the winner of the whole competition and second place in the competition will be the 2 tiebreakers. I don't know if there's going to be a tie here. I'd be surprised if there's a tie.
I mean, we got to cover our grounds. And so here's the other rules, if people are wondering. I have a bowling ball that I'm going to give away to the winner. It's a 15-pound Destiny Hybrid from Ebonite International. It's blank, 15 pounds, only shipping within the continental U.S., 48 states. I'm not shipping this thing to Hawaii. I'm not shipping it to Alaska. I'm not shipping it to freaking Abu Dhabi. Okay, I love those states and I love that country, but I'm not about to shell out $90 for shipping a bowling ball for a contest. So that's kind of where I'm at, Mike. That's the competition. And, hey, look, if I get 3 entries, then, you got only a third chance to win, right? But I want me and you to have an entry. Obviously, it'll be a friendly competition between you and I to see who could guess the most strikes.
Well, if I have an entry, then this is over because clearly I'm going to win. So that's not even fair. And I will have you ship me the ball because I don't get free balls, as we've discussed a lot lately. So, if I'm in, I'm in. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, well, that's the way it goes. So, example, I saw a chat with Tom Norris, 46. I will put you down, but I want you to also give me who's going to win and who's going to give me second place. So that way, if there's a tiebreaker, Mr. Tom,
right, so for instance, it should be 46, Sean Rash, Bill O'Neill.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
So here it is,
the
right?
Guesses are coming in.
Correct. So I'll put that there. and then I'll go back here.
46, Tom. I got to say, you might want to reevaluate there, pal. 46 is awful low. There's 8 guys with 2 minutes. 46. That's like an average of about 5 strikes per person, 6 strikes per person.
Hey, and by the way, first number is the number that gets put down. I'm not changing. I'm not editing. It's like the pizza review guy. You know, as soon as he makes his review, that's the review. There's no going back. There's no editing. So if you say 97, guess what? 97. That's your guess. So that's kind of how we're gonna do it. This is a sweep the rack contest. So that's how, you know, that's what we're doing. If you have any questions, well, I'm sure we'll repeat this competition maybe a few more times for people that are coming in. And I'll leave the spreadsheet up here just so we could see it, you know, for a little bit. But Mike, so let's you want to do your guess? You want to put down what you think, or you need a time to
yeah,
think
I need some time. I jumped right on here. So yeah, I'm gonna need a few minutes to think about that. But yeah, so I guess we should talk about the event. No, Rob?
Yes, we should.
I have a lot to talk about here too. I'll be honest. This might be the only thing we get to because right before we came on the air, a couple hours before we came on, Lucas Wiseman, our guy over at Flow, our ex, dropped an interview with Tom Clark on this event, and I had a chance to watch it before we came on. And you know, I definitely have some thoughts and reaction to it. Just an interesting interview with some of the things we said versus some of the things he said. And yeah, so Big Fox, right? Big Fox Saturday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Bowling's back live with the Strike Derby. All right, Rob, I got to say, just to start off, it's just disappointing that this is what we get in bowling's return.
You know what, though, Mike? There's betting, though. Mike.
All right. We'll talk. All right, you want to get into that? You want to talk about that?
Go.
All right.
It's betting,
I'm excited about that. You could bet New Jersey, dog. I got my stacks ready already. Let's go. I already texted Bill and told him I'm betting at least a rack on him if I can. So I'm down for it. I'm down for it 100%. And I'm also going to say this: the guy that I bowl with on Tuesday nights in league, he's probably going to be the biggest bettor on this event. I wish I could bet on that. I wish I could bet on him being the person to bet the most money on this event because he definitely will be. But yeah, listen, it's cool that we're going to get to gamble on it and gamble on it in real time. I can't wait to see what that looks like. I didn't get a chance to take a look at the odds. Maybe you might be able to find them while we're on here. You know,
I saw it. I saw some of it, and I know they were giving like odds. Like I know Bill's plus 150. I know that. I remember seeing that. Rash is like, I think he's like plus 700, Mike, or something. Dude, there's some good bets out there. Like I'm telling you, like I'm gonna be PayPaling you some money, because you know we're going in.
One of the states that you can gamble in is New Jersey, where I'm at. So I will definitely be gambling on it. And I'm sure there'll be a couple people who want to jump on there with me and use me as a proxy, which is fine. If you're one of my homies, hit me up. We can do that.
Yo, is Vegas?
So,
what other states?
You can only do it on Fox Bet. So I'm going to have to download that app. I think that's one of the things that Tom Clark talked about. There are going to be betting limits, but I think there's also going to be like in-game betting. Okay, it is going to be bowled on an easy pattern, Mark. They mentioned that today. That's a good point. You know, but isn't that what you want? I mean, and Tom Clark made a fair point. It's like a home run derby. He wanted to hammer that home. You know, it's like a
looks like Coley got her wish. Coley got her wish, huh? She got her wish pretty quick, huh?
Yeah, it's like a 3-point contest or a home run derby where it's made easy. There's no hand in your face, or you don't have a 90-mile-an-hour fastball coming at you. But obviously, they're going to be bowling on something somewhat soft where they can throw a lot of strikes.
Mike, would it be awesome?
Lucas, on his interview, Lucas actually joked around and said, "Oh, are we going to be bowling on the U.S. Open flat pattern?" And
they should have.
I know. I think that would be more interesting, but that's not going to create a better product, and they know that. And
so here's the thing: is if you're bowling in a U.S. Open strike derby pattern and you have 2 minutes to throw as many strikes, wouldn't you just better off throwing like 1 or 2 really good shots? I think 1 or 2 strikes in 2 minutes would win. So maybe.
Like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So somebody here I see is asking us what the rules again are for this event. So the way it's going to work is all 8 bowlers in the order that they won the events in this year, because all the people that are participating are winners or runners up from this year. So in the order that they won those events, they're gonna go and get 2 minutes each to throw as many strikes as they can, and then they're going to be reseeded based on those totals, and then it's going to go head-to-head matches down to a winner. 1 bowls 8, 2 bowls 7, in a 2-minute strike contest all the way down to one player. So those are the rules. That's how it's going to work. I know they're re-oiling after the initial round, but Tom Clark didn't say they were re-oiling after every player, and he didn't say that they were re-oiling between the heads-up matches either. So, Rob, to me, that could have major betting implications for that first round in terms of who's going to throw more strikes, because if you're the 8th guy to go, if you won the last event that they bowled and you're the 8th guy that is up there, who knows what you're getting? It could be numerous minutes since you've thrown a practice shot. You might go out there and they might be completely different than the first guy who's going to go, which is Tommy Jones, who won the Hall of Fame Classic first event of the season. And he's going to get to bowl on, a fresh pattern right out of his practice session. So I don't know. That could have some serious implications there.
So if you just joined us,
I want to say, Rob, we want to hear from the fans. Jason just said thanks. Listen, this is our interactive show. We jump on Wednesday nights to talk to the people. If you got an opinion, you got something to say about these events, we want to hear it. Hit us up in the chat. This is the USBC discussion boards live here, except without as many morons, hopefully. So and not as much moderating either. Feel free to say what you want. We ain't gonna moderate you here.
Oh, the moderation's the best part of the message boards, though.
Oh my God, it's just so over the top.
I love that message board. If you just joined us, leave your number of total strikes for the first round.
We're running a contest. Total strikes for the 8 players in the first round. And the tiebreaker is who will win and who will finish second. So if you leave us a comment with that info, we're giving away a couple prizes, one of them being a bowling ball. Oiling once after the seeding part. Thank you, Chuck. Chuck
Chuck.
What's up?
What's up,
Chuck? Good, Chuck?
Man, how's things?
Hope everything is good, man. Hope you're doing well. He'll probably be Chuck, hit us up in the chat. Are ball reps going this weekend? Are ball reps going to be down there this weekend for this event, or are you guys sitting this one out? I would imagine they're trying to limit the number of people. So that would be interesting to me to hear. I think that could also have an effect on, the competition and who wins. If these guys have to make their own choices versus having somebody else behind them and telling them, giving them some input or giving them some advice. Rob, I'm excited we can bet. This is awesome. I hope this leads to. But can I say something though? Can I say? And then I know I'm going to get so much shit from the people that we know in the bowling community for being negative lately. And that's okay. That's fine. Come at me. Hit me up at the 215th on Twitter and Gmail. Rob, I just wish it was a different format. I really do. I really wish it was a different format because this is such a big spot for bowling. Fox, Saturday night, nothing else on. Live sports is still pretty much shut down. Bowling's coming back, and we're going to do a strike derby. And they have 2 hours, Rob. Hear me out. There's 8 players. Couldn't they have done a 1-round, 8-game, round-robin match play? Okay? Takes 4 hours. Show the last 4 games of that round-robin. Come on live for the last 4 games. And then the next night, tape, or later that day, tape the stepladder finals, do an 8-man stepladder final. 8 bowls, 7 bowls, 6 bowls, 5. It's going to take up the same amount of time. Okay, no ball reps. That could have an effect, people. People who want their betting information, you're getting it here from Sweep the Rack. No ball reps at the event this weekend. That could have a big impact. But
dude, Chuck wants a ball. Chuck is going for a ball.
Wow. Okay. All right. I like that pick. I like that pick, actually.
Chuck, I need a ball rep for the top, man. Call me, dude. Get with me.
You need more than a ball rep, son. You need
I know. I need the practice.
Like 6 months of practice. Yes, exactly.
No, 6 months. More like 2 weeks, dude. That's like riding a bike, kid. It's like riding a bike.
So, listen, I'm excited to be betting. I hope that this leads to betting on bowling in general. I hope they get a good turnout on that. But I just wish it were a different format, Rob. I do.
Yeah, but maybe, how about this? Have you thought about this? Maybe the format is what's allowing them to take like bets. Like, I don't know. Like, have you thought about that? Like, maybe the Derby format is like a good betting format. I'm just putting that out there. Maybe
Well,
there's a rhyme.
I
Maybe there's a
think
rhyme to their reason.
I think anything in bowling is a good betting format. Like Dave, why? Why do you like it? Better than a match play where you have a whole every game there's 8 matches you can bet on. I mean,
No, he likes it because there's betting. He doesn't matter, dude. He bets on the WNBA. He bets on Division 4 football. You guys see some of the crazy shit he bets. Like
Dave, get my number. Get my number if you want involvement. We need to start a chat. Text there so we can organize these bets. But see, people are going to want to go in all different ways. So I got to say, I get the final call. I want to hear anybody's nonsense. But I'll put in various bets for people that want to bet on who's going to win. You know, it's like playing poker versus blackjack. All right, okay, I can see that.
I don't know.
It's just it's so outside the normal.
See, this is what we talked about last week. I think the skins would have been 1,000 times better.
Yeah, honestly. Skins would have been good. But here's the problem, though. Skins is much tougher to bet on, right? You basically can do the in-game betting of will the person strike, will they not? But outside of that, you can't. It's tough. It's tough to bet there.
Skins is, man, we used to bowl skins when I was a kid, like 14, 15 years old.
So did we,
Dude, quarters and frames. Oh, hey, you know what? It's amazing. As soon as we're talking gambling and betting, take one guess who pops into the chat room.
Oh, it's the Sam Rothstein to sweep the rack. Rob, send him an invite. We need to bring him on. Set that up. Get his email. PJ, put your email in the chat so we can send you an invite to come join us real quick. The Sam Rothstein to sweep the rack needs to come on. We need to hear his thoughts. Betting is here. The real betting, PJ, on bowling. Come on, man. We need to talk. I'm trying to make some money on Saturday for real. So, Rob, the betting's awesome, man. The betting's awesome. Big Fox, Saturday night. Bowling gets the spotlight. I just, when I saw that interview today with Lucas and Tom, I just thought, is this the best we can do? I'm not so sure that the answer to that is yes. We'll see, right? We'll see. Hopefully it goes well. Rob, you want to know what Tom Clark said really made him think that this would be a great event, this strike derby? It's because Mookie Betts and Chris Paul told him that it was awesome. He said that they did this. They did this at a Chris Paul celebrity event in a smaller way, and those guys came up to him after the event. Were like, "Oh, that was awesome. I want to try that. I want 2 minutes to be able to throw as many strikes." So we all know Tom Clark loves a good celebrity. We all know that, and loves the celebrity input. So no surprise there that it would influence him to run this event in that way. I disagree though with Mookie and Chris. I don't really think it's that awesome, as I said, but we'll see. Dave Ryan's going to be the announcer, Rob, making it extra boring, making the possibility of it being extra boring always omnipresent when Dave Ryan's in the building.
Look, like I'm not going to knock it.
It's ready, dog. Let's go.
I'm not going to knock it until I watch it, honestly, like because there's some shows and movies that I went in expecting like it to be terrible, and it ended up being really good. So let's give it a chance, man. I'm trying to be positive.
I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to have a spread of food ready. We're going to have some drinks on Saturday night, watch some bowling. It's going to be, appointment viewing in my household. Okay. Family room cleared out, kids in the playroom, bowling is on. Don't disturb. Okay. That's how it's going to be. It's the Sam Rothstein to sweep the rack.
Look, he's got Sam.
Then PJ Haggerty joins us.
Happy belated, bro.
Yeah, happy belated birthday. And he joins us for the first time on our video podcast. And this is our interactive show, PJ. We're doing something a little new. On Wednesday nights, we go live and we try and chop it up with the people. So we bring you in. What's up? Give us your thoughts on this betting. Betting is here, bro.
Dude, it's about time, man. We can bet on damn near everything else. Why can't we bet on bowling, dude? We don't know the outcome of this. We might have a little bit of an inside scoop on some of this stuff, but we don't.
That's a good comment, Sherb. That's a good comment. You're right. I don't do anything without a spread of food. This is right. If you ever come to my house to watch anything, believe that there will be plenty to eat and drink. Always believe that. But all right, so PJ, I know we don't, Rob, we don't have the odds. We don't have all the information.
I'm sure PJ has it.
But let's hear a little bit of insight here. Like, let's talk about two things. I guess three things, right, that come to mind. Who's going to win that first round strike off? Okay, that's number one. Who's going to win the overall event would be number two to me, a question we want to answer. And I guess, are there any individuals we want to watch who are likely to throw the most strikes, who might be a good bet, or what should we look for in the live betting aspect of this?
Throwing a lot at me, bro. This is a lot coming at me right now.
Take it piece by piece.
I love it. So the initial strike round, if I had to, dude, they're all good, man. These guys are all good. However, when I think of somebody who can strike a lot on the China, I think Kyle Troop can strike a lot on the China. Did you see Chuck's comment earlier or no? No, I didn't see it.
Oh man, Rob, that's two experts weighing in saying Kyle Troop is the favorite here. We got to find out what the odds are on him. I might have to get my money in early on Kyle Troop if he's not a favorite.
However, though, Tommy is dude. When I watched that show, I guess it was that I don't know if it was the BES show that he did, but man, he struck a ton. What's interesting too, fellas, is there a lefty in this field?
No,
there's not, which is kind of unique that there's no lefty in this thing. So
EJ, it's Tommy Jones, Sean Rash, Kyle Troop, Chris Prather, Bill O'Neill, Anthony Simonson, Sean Maldonado, and EJ Tackett.
Yeah. I just looked at the lineup. Dude, before Maldy joined the PBA, he was a TNBA guy, and he used to bomb them in Houston. So that dude can strike on the China. But dude, how do you not think Billy O can win this thing, man?
Oh, he don't strike on the China, Bill. What are you kidding? The kid hasn't ever struck on the wall in his whole life, dude. I'm predicting Bill to finish probably in dead last because Bill can't strike on the China.
Come on,
he'll be the first to tell you, dude. I've known the kid since he's 12 years old. Like, he'll be the first to tell you he can strike on the China. He's always the one averaging 2-0 on the China. He'll average 250 on the grind, but he'll average 2-0 on the China.
I hope you're wrong, Rob. I hope you're wrong. I know what you're saying, but I hope you're wrong.
I personally think EJ Tackett is. I mean, dude, this is such a strong field, though, man. Like, how could you pick one per? Like, it's just him. It's like that's why the betting is hard. Like, but if really you're giving me plus 700 as Sean Rash. Dude, I'm taking that to the cows come home, bro. Like,
yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I think EJ might hook it too much for an event like this. I think he might hook it too much. If he can play farther to the right, that's why I like Troop. That's why I like TJ, because those guys can jam it. Same with Rash, because those guys can play farther right. And I mean, you can make a case for any of these guys because a lot of it's luck. It's like the whole. It's a lot like that.
Yeah, to me, it's also. I mean, I'm not trying to get too analytical here, but a little bit of this has to do with, to me, ball speed. Number one, who's going to get the ball down the lane quicker? Setup speed, and who's going to be more comfortable with just grabbing a ball and going and being able to strike like that. And I got to say, yeah, Matt, there are lines out there actually. Fox Bet, I think, is the app. I'm going to find them.
I'm going to find it.
I'm curious. I'm curious who put these lines together. Man,
probably whoever the bookmakers are for Fox Bet. I think, from what I understand through the interview with Tom Clark and Lucas Wiseman that I watched earlier today, that's the only place you're going to be able to bet on it. You know, there's only certain states that you can bet in, and Fox Bet is going to be the only place you can bet on it. Now, they also said that even if you're in a state where you can't bet, you can still wager on it, but it's just for play money. It's just for fun. So if anybody wants to do that, I guess you can do that for fun if you want. But over here in Jersey, we'll be doing it for real money. Okay, so these are the actual odds, Rob?
Yeah, I got them right off of Flow Bowling.
Okay, all right.
These are the odds. There are also odds on who will advance to the final. So this is odds to advance to the final. The odds on winning the event are here. I'll post that here next.
Wow, Maldonado 800 to get to the final. Wow, that's
Even Rash, dude. Even Rash
right.
at
Rash at
6-1,
plus
man.
600. Odds on winning the event. All right, let's see here. Tackett 200 plus 450 plus 700. Wow.
Rash is plus 1,200.
Wow. Really?
I thought they'd be a lot tighter. I didn't think there'd be, dogs that are over, plus 1,000. That nobody should be over, 10-1 on this thing.
PJ, they didn't talk to the Sam Rothstein in the bowling
They
game,
didn't.
son. They
I don't know
didn't.
what they're looking at, bro.
Dude, this is free money, everybody. Free money.
Well, we got to talk. As soon as this is over, we got to talk and we got to jump because we're the sharks here. Let's be clear. If there's sharks in the bowling betting game, you're looking at 3 sharks in the bowling betting game right here. So we got to jump on this as soon as we get off of here and take advantage of some of these odds.
What does everybody think out there? What are the fans? Who do fans like here with these odds? I mean, dude, Rash at 12 plus 1,200 is juicy. That is juicy. Prather plus 700.
Bill, I'm sorry, buddy. My money might not be going down on you, homie.
Dude, these are straight from the Flow Bowling website,
they're
Matt.
right. They're right. Yeah, they're correct. Let's go.
There it is.
Okay,
see, we got another entry.
Yeah, good reminder that we're running a contest tonight, giving away at least a bowling ball. We might have a couple other prizes. Tell us how many total strikes in round 1 for all 8 bowlers in the 2 minutes they have, who's going to win, and who finishes second of the tiebreaker. So if you're in the chat, leave those and hit us up and let us know. So PJ, you said, obviously all these guys could be a winner, but after seeing the odds, who you putting your money down on with those odds?
I'd go with Tommy.
Okay. All right, that's a solid bet.
Dude, 9-1, even Troop being 7-1. Yeah, dude. That's juicy, man.
That's juicy. Which is the reverse bet? PJ? Who's the trap?
The trap is Billy O. For sure.
Dude, I know he's. Oh my goodness! I'm when I get off this, I'm gonna be like, you gotta watch. Like I know he's not watching. I was just like, dude, you gotta watch. We're just, he's
probably watching under a burner account.
Yo,
guys, one thing to think about, I don't know any of these guys that if they've been able to bowl it all, man. Like, I know Billy hasn't bowled at all.
Well, let's see. Tackett's been bowling, okay, because he owns a bowling center, and Ronnie Russell and A.J. Johnson have been at his house for a while practicing. I know Bill has access to a bowling center. I'm not so sure how much he practiced. Simonson has had access to a bowling center this entire time. I'm not going to say how. He has some business ventures going on. I'll say that.
Yep,
I'll keep it at that. He's shown a little bit on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Bring those up again, Rob. I was going down that list. I don't know about Kyle Troop, but bowling started a couple weeks ago. He actually bowled a tournament. Prather's in Florida. They've been open for a little bit. I don't know about Tommy. Don't know about Sean. And Texas opened up like 2 weeks ago, so I would imagine Maldonado's been able to.
Rash is in my state, and they haven't opened yet anything.
Okay.
So
I would imagine they all have access to lanes.
Yeah, but they're pulling on a house shot. What does it matter, dude? These guys, dude, a couple minutes of practice, they're going to be back to it. Dude, if they had odds on who leaves the most flat tens, our boy Billy O would be the pick. That would be the pick, man. I'm telling you, dude. He loves the flat 10 on the house, dude. He loves to.
I like Kyle Troop too because he throws it fast. He seems real comfortable with just getting up there and going. He doesn't take a ton of time to set up. Sean Rash, that's a tough bet. He balks a lot. What if he balks twice in the 2 minutes?
Robert, 2 minutes, 8 pros. Each pro gets 2 minutes to throw as many strikes as they can. And then they get seated into a top 8 bracket, and then they bowl heads up. Look, like me and Mike at first didn't like the format. I'll be honest with you, Mike. It's kind of growing on me a little bit now that we could bet. Dude, you could put like anything in front of me and we bet and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, but you could have bet on a regular competition too. Yeah, that's my point. True. If they did it as a little match play round,
I don't know.
We bet on the World Championship in Reno, whatever that was. Like 10
Is it one lane? Do we know? Are they doing it on one lane? Or are they going on multiple lanes or
2 lanes? 2 lanes. And you're allowed to use different balls if you want. You could have as many balls on the rack as you want. right? So that's another factor of like, all right, well, who's comfortable using various bowling balls to strike? I think that kind of favors Kyle Troop as well. Maybe Sean Rash there too a little bit because, like PJ said, he can play him a little bit more or less complicated than other people.
I think that hurts Maldonado because of his speed.
Yeah,
he's never thrown it hard at all. He's always.
Oh, here's another thing, and this is dumb as hell. I can't even believe they did it this way, but I'll give an explanation because Tom Clark gave one. Guess what the tiebreaker is? So once they get to the head-to-head competition, right, if both guys in their 2 minutes throw the same amount of strikes, guess what they're going to use to determine who moves on to the next round?
Coin flip?
Is it low count on the ones they missed?
No. It's ball speed.
What?
Whoever threw the fastest shot in the 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's the tiebreaker.
They should have went. If they were going to do it they might as well just did best hair. I mean, poor Tommy would have been out.
Well, listen, I mean, Tom Clark gave a reason for it, and the reason was because they wanted to highlight something that they used the Specto Track for. Whatever ball tracking device system they use.
This is such a shit show. I can't wait to watch Saturday.
But listen, he also said, and this is my point, he said this is the first Saturday night that bowling has been broadcast ever. I don't think that's right. I got to be honest. I think 1 year at the U.S. Open, they broadcast it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because Bill made a show. Yeah, Bill made a show on Saturday night at the U.S. Open where he lost to Ryan Schaefer, and I remember that pretty vividly.
Yeah, because didn't a bunch of guys make the show at that U.S. Open that 1 year? And then
eight guys made the show, I believe.
And then the Players Championship this year was on Saturday night because Billy was on it.
Oh, that's right. Well, what time was that though? Was that like late afternoon?
I think it was 3.
Okay, no, he was talking prime time Saturday night. Like this event's 7 to 9, so you're talking prime time on Big Fox. So whether it's the first Saturday night broadcast or bowling, it's first, second, whatever. Come on, this is what we're coming with. Come on, guys. Rob, you said you're becoming more of a fan. I don't know. I'm suspect.
I don't know. It's a fun event. I get to bet.
I know. I'm going to have fun betting on it. There's no question.
We should be more enjoyable than me. Man, we should be able to bet on every event.
All right, here's another thing we got to discuss. The bowlers are going to be able to wear shorts. So other than seeing a bunch of underdeveloped lower bodies and very non-tan legs, I would say, will this affect the competition at all? Are there any bowlers who are more comfortable wearing shorts than others? They're going to be allowed to wear shorts.
I don't know, bro. Phil's calves a couple weeks ago were impressive to see. And you could tell that event was more casual with Peyton, and they were talking some shit, and they were going back and forth. I mean, that was cool. This is not far from it. I mean, at the end of the day, this is just kind of a fun deal, and it's great that this is going to be the only thing on. So I don't mind it at all.
Okay. All right. Well, PJ, thanks for joining us, bro. We appreciate the input on who you like. So to clarify, PJ likes Tommy Jones at plus 900 to win the event.
Steal. Unless he hasn't been bowling. It won't take him long, but unless he hasn't been bowling, that could be free money, bro. 9-1.
Okay. Dude, yeah, I think I'm gonna spread a little bit of money around. I think I'm gonna spread some money on Troop, spread some money on Jones, spread some money on Rash.
Hey, Simo at 5-1. That he can chuck it down there, bro. He can use the shim and jam it in there.
He can also go back up all lefty too, if things get kind of crazy.
We got to also talk about cardio here, dude.
Oh God,
as fast as you can in 2 minutes.
Tom Clark made it out to seem like these guys were going to be huffing and puffing and running around. I mean, come on, man.
2 minutes of throwing as many strikes as you can, but you got to do it in a round of 8, the round of 4. You got to do it literally. I mean, think about it. Like 2 minutes, 4. That's almost 8 minutes of just nonstop throwing as 15-pound balls as hard as you can down the lane as fast as you can, man. I mean, Mike, you would last a minute and a half, and you'd be fucking passed out on the
Hey,
approach.
listen, if you want to line them up and go 2 minutes for 2 minutes, I'll whoop your ass too. All right, so get it straight, okay? But I don't picture guys running around trying to get their ball. They're gonna move quickly.
Bro, they're gonna
Hold
let
on,
it
wait a
go,
sec.
man.
Before PJ leaves, we got to bring in the other degenerate that I know more than anybody. We got to bring in my brother to talk.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
All right,
there he
it's a
is.
degenerate party now.
Yeah.
We got to talk to my brother because if my brother knows anything about betting, it's him. Dave, who do you like here? You see the odds. What do you got?
Listen, I'm taking Sean Rash. He's going to throw the high hard one. I mean,
12-1, dude.
Listen, you got to take Rash. I mean, Maldonado has no shot. I mean, listen. I won the Uniques no tap at Gil Hodges lanes in '96. You just stand right and throw it hard. I mean, Maldonado is going to play 20-5. I mean, too much room for error. You got to go with the high hard one. Take Sean Rash, and you'll be dancing in the streets on Monday morning. Trust me, when you get that cash.
Sunday morning. It's Saturday night.
Nothing's up. This curfew. You got to wait till Monday.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, I wanted to get my brother's because as soon as the betting and the odds came out, he's been paying attention.
What are the states you can bet in again? It's Jersey. I forget what the other states are, though.
Is Vegas one of them? Can you bet in Vegas?
I would imagine.
I mean,
I would think
to me,
so.
that would be where it's at. I have to look. Hold on, wait. Maybe this Flow Bowling article will tell me here that I'm reading.
Listen, if you guys don't have Venmo, download that now because that's how I'm going to want you to send me your money. So,
I'm sending you money. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're all sending you.
Get a text thread going. We'll get some numbers in.
Dave, you said
renovations, right, Dave?
What?
We got to stop the renovations, bro.
Stop the renovations. Chicken salad's going up.
That's right.
Dude, Dave, you said you like the format. Why do you like the format? Mike hates the format. So, try to school Mike here a little bit on why you like the format.
I'm just being honest with you. I mean, would you rather watch a blackjack tournament, and get the action real quick and know what's going on, or playing poker and it's like a 7-hour session? So for people that just want to see real quick action, I'd rather just say, hey, strike. How many people they get for the home run derbies? How many people they get for the 3-point contest? I mean, that's even though the All-Star game is there, they still want to see the home run derby. They want to see the 3-point contest. This is what they're trying to do probably, and I like it.
Okay.
Is that Janae? Can we say hello to Janae? Is she over there?
Where's Janae?
Come on, Janae, pop in.
Janae, make an appearance on Sweep the Rack. Come on.
What's good? Just say hello.
Come on.
No, she don't want to come in.
No questions.
She just got back from a workout, man.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
all
right. You know.
What's good, Janae? Hello. How's it going?
That's awesome. Yeah, she's giving dirty looks. Janae, next time, Janae, you have to give her some notice.
Oh, listen, we need. I hit PJ up already and said when she's ready, tell her we're here.
Yeah, when she's ready to empty it out,
she's made a list.
Oh yeah, well, we're ready to burn it down.
Yeah, right. She's ready to burn it down. But anyway, so all right, guys. Well, I think that's gonna kind of do it for us on the Strike Derby talk. Just wanted to get some personal, gambling. I don't want to call them degenerates, but Dave, if there's a WNBA or a Division IV football game, we all know who's betting on that. This guy right here.
I'll be honest with you. If they should have put an amateur in there, I would have took Dan McClellan on this. That man could strike.
Yeah, but the PBA they don't want to they don't want to highlight amateurs. They've never been in that position where they put. Even the PBA league, they should have an amateur on it.
What if Adam Barta was in this event, dude? Barta would be.
Dude, I take Pharrell Williams over anybody. Give me Pharrell Williams, and you will see as many strikes as as you can see. But they should have put an amateur and let the fans pick. Honestly, the fans involved.
They could have put. How come Mookie Betts couldn't give it a shot and he give it on national TV? It would have brought more ratings.
That's true. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mike. They could have brought Sweep the Rack.
They listen to this show, okay? So, Dave, that's an excellent idea. Maybe they could hit Mookie at the last minute and get him there.
Maybe they could have brought Sweep the Rack, dude. I got the shoes on. I'd have laced them up, showed them what's up, man. I can strike in a house shot.
They
I
don't
don't
want
want
you
to bowl. I'd rather go and cover the event, but
Anyway, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys. Me and Mike, we got to talk
All right.
about the PWBA getting canceled. So that's big talk here. So
Yeah.
We'll bet
right,
on
guys.
that too.
Boys,
We'll bet on
Saturday night, 7 p.m.
Saturday night.
We'll all talk, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, but for everybody else, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Live bowling is back. Strike Derby. You can bet on it if you're in certain states. You can bet on it for fun, no matter where you are. If you want to wager for fun as well.
Right,
we're going to have Sweep the Rack contingent gambling think tank contingent in full effect on Saturday night. My wife's about to see me in a mode that she hasn't seen me in a long time.
Yo, he might hit up that chicken wing place too. God forbid if he hits that chicken wing place up.
Definitely going to be wings in the building on Saturday night, absolutely, and many craft beers. And I'm going full degenerate Saturday night. I can't
wait.
I'm talking throwing shit at the TV, cursing and yelling, tell the kids to go upstairs type shit, because I'm going full degenerate. We're able to gamble on bowling. This is a dream come true for me. So, Sam Rothstein, Sweep the Rack, thank you. Brooklyn Dave, thank you.
Sam Rothstein.
We'll be in touch off the air.
Hey, boys.
All right, Rob. You're right. I'll give you this. Regardless of the format, bowling's back. Live bowling's back. It's on
betting, dude.
Betting
as soon as I saw the betting in the odds, I went
here. Betting on bowling is here. We're gonna make some money on this too. So dollar bills, y'all. You feel me?
Amazing. Okay. I'm ready for it. So, Mike, there's some other news we kind of want to touch on real quick, and I kind of feel like this is it's important because the PWBA to me has always been a big part of professional bowling, right? Like ever since I was a kid, I used to love watching Lisa Wagner. Kim Adler was one of my girls I used to like. Liz Johnson, Carolyn Dorland Ballard, right? like so there's a lot of history with the PWBA, and
they took a hiatus too, right? I think it's important to say that. Is that a pay event or is that a free event for UFC on Saturday? If it's pay-per-view, I'm not too worried about it, but if it's free, that could be some serious competition for bowling there. But Rob, the PWBA took a hiatus, right? And a lot of ladies actually lost the prime of their career, and
we talk about it a lot. Kelly Kulick to me was the biggest loss because I feel like she was in her prime when the tour got canceled, and to me she was on the way to becoming one of the best, if not the greatest of all time women bowlers, in my opinion. And then the whole tour went under.
And listen, that's unfortunate, right? And then they just got started back up a few years ago on a kind of limited basis, right? And now,
they had more stops at one time than the men did.
What you mean, recently or back in the day?
Recently, when they got started up again. Oh, I'm telling you, when they first started up, the USBC and the BPAA, they were in partners on this. And I know for a fact they had more.
Like a pretty abbreviated season, I'll be honest.
I know. We'll have to check that.
About that,
but the stats people out there are going to let me know. Don't worry after the show.
I know. So yeah, listen, it's unfortunate that because of the circumstances with coronavirus and the shutdown, the PWBA was kind of forced to cancel the season, the entire 2020 season.
So I want to read a quote from Chad Murphy, the USBC executive director, on why they canceled it. And one of his quote unquote was, when we looked at the way other professional sports leagues are resuming play, the consistent approach is regular testing while isolating athletes and staff from outside contact. Sadly, we do not see a workable way to operate a national tour in 2020 across varying venues and states in a manner that meets standards for professional sports leagues. The one other quote that was very interesting to me was the fact where he was like, well, even if they do come to a bowling center, the bowling center isn't going to make any profit. I mean, he didn't say that, quote unquote, but it's more like, what do the bowling center proprietors get out of, the PWBA coming to their center if the fans aren't even going to be allowed in the building?
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have to make it profitable or some kind of beneficial for the bowling proprietors that own the centers, to actually have want them there. And if the fans aren't watching, then anyway. So yeah, my heart breaks for the women. And you know, I follow Shannon O'Keefe on social media, and she works so hard. I mean, she practices, she runs, and I mean, that's why she's one of the best. And then for them to cancel it, just breaks my heart for someone like a Shannon O'Keefe, who, you know, is another one who could be a dominant lady pro out there.
Yeah, you know, it stinks. Plain and simple. You know, it's unfortunate. Hopefully, maybe there's a way that they can interject some of the prize fund money from this year into next year. You know, maybe make it a little bit more lucrative for some of the events that the women are going to bowl. You know, on the positive side, Rob, I did also see this week that it looks like the Lucy, the mixed doubles tournament that takes place during the summer in Texas, is on as scheduled and is going to take place. So it looks like the ladies will have the opportunity to bowl that. But yeah, obviously that's not something that's going to replace an entire PWBA season. So, you know, unfortunate to hear that. It's less bowling that we get to see and we get to cover. So, you know, disappointing on that end as well. And like you said, you know, I always follow PWBA action. I have since I was a teenager. Alita Sill, right? Another name I remember from back in the day of watching ladies bowling. So, you know, not good to see that.
No. Yeah, and as for the USBC Open, I feel like that's going to go down. I feel like it's a lot different than running a tour event, than running the Open. I feel like you could concentrate on the bowlers, and you're not really focused on fans or crowds showing up. You could just run the tournament with bowlers. And I mean, you know, it's kind of a weird time. And look, like, I kind of feel like things are going to be opening up, and you know, with the way the world is right now, like, look at all these protests going on. Nobody even looks like they even care about COVID anymore, honestly. So, like, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in 2 to 3 weeks. Are the hospitals going to be overbooked? Are they going to be packed? Or is everybody just going to, like, you know, it's just going to kind of go away? So it's weird, like, to see. But yeah, you look outside, what's going on in the world right now, the protests, like, where's this COVID, social distancing and all that stuff? Like, kind of makes you think a little bit too, like, what's going on, if this thing is going to come back, and if it really is the biggest problem where everyone, like, they made it out to be. There's a lot of skeptical people, I should say, Mike, out there, and I'm one of them.
I'm skeptical of the skeptics, so I'm skeptical of you. I'm keeping an eye on you, son. Be aware.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, we're going to wrap it up.
We are.
You know, live interactive shows. Nice to hear
shout
from
out to
DJ.
Pogie.
Irish
Shout out to
Pogie in
Irish
the building. We're going to be releasing an interview with him that we did a little while back, probably this week, I would think. Right, Rob?
Yeah, it's going to be the next week.
Yeah, we've had so much content, as we've talked about on a few shows. We've had so much content that we banked because of the coronavirus and the shutdown. People have been very accommodating to us, so we were way ahead of where we needed to be in terms of bank content that we have. So, you know, over the last couple of weeks, we've been releasing a few more. The last 2 weeks, we did 2 interviews in each episode. So that's going to continue. And, yeah, if you're not familiar with Irish Pogie, you probably are. You probably know him, but you don't even know that you know him. He's one of the people that puts a ton of bowling videos up on YouTube. If you watch bowling videos on YouTube, you've definitely watched something from his page. There's no question. So we had an interview with him we're going to be putting out. Rob, is there any chance we're going live Saturday night after the show? We're going to be celebrating, dog? We're going to be popping bottles? We're going to be popping bottles after we win some cash?
I don't know. I mean, I'm still a little bit, if I really want to go live on a Saturday night, we'll see. I don't know. I feel like live once a week is good. I don't feel like
bowling's back though, and we're going to be betting on it. We're probably going to win some money.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to let the people know the results of how we did here.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I definitely want to throw it out there though. I'm going to leave the contest. Eric Decker, not the Eric Decker from the Jets or formerly the Jets would be definitely an interview that I would love.
Strikes. Okay. That looks like the best guess yet to me, I would say. Rob, we'll get our picks out there too.
I'm going to leave the contest open.
Yeah,
I'll
leave
post
the contest up. It'll be open until the event starts on Saturday night, right? We'll put it out on social media as well.
Just to read, say our contest. It's a free contest, right? There's no entry fee. What we want you to do is pick out of the 8 players that are bowling. What?
Why would there be an entry fee?
Because people are crazy because they don't realize.
Who the hell would pay an entry fee to get in a contest that we're running?
For a free bowling ball, dude. It's a free ball. Like people would pay $5 to
Everybody
enter a
gets
contest
free
for
balls today. No one even cares.
You don't get free balls.
I'm the only one.
But anyway, so all I'm saying is, look, here's a contest. It's free, okay? I have to throw that out there, but we don't expect anything from you, right? Give us how many strikes total all 8 players are going to throw in the first round.
They get 2 minutes each.
2 minutes.
2 minutes each
16
player.
Minutes total.
Right, 8 players, how many strikes total, and then give us a winner and second place, and that's going to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, a 15-pound Ebonite Destiny hybrid from EBI, blank, not used. I'm not sending some ball that I threw 100 games that's been plugged 3 times. I'm giving a free blank 15-pound Ebonite Destiny hybrid out to the person who guesses that score. Now, here's the thing, though, Mike. I kind of feel like I have to throw this out there. Now, if nobody hits that number, right, I feel like it's going to be the closest number that don't go over. If you go over, if let's just say 60 strikes get thrown and you guess 61 and the person guessed 59, 59 is going to win because you went over. Okay. I don't want any fights on social media because
this is Price is Right. Can't go over on your bid.
I know how people are out there, man. They want to fight you on Facebook. They want to fight you on Twitter. Everybody wants to fight somebody. Everybody wants to.
You asked me why I'm not on Facebook. You asked me why I'm not on Facebook.
Bad. It's bad right now. Everybody's fighting with everybody.
It is. I see it on my own township page. I put some of it out on Twitter from time to time.
I know. On your burner Facebook account. I know you're seeing
it's
all that.
It's not a burner. It's my wife's account. It ain't a burner. There's plenty of people out there who are married and use one account. Anyway,
so yeah, I'll post that on Facebook, and we'll, look, like it's a free ball. All you gotta do is give a number and 2 pros' names.
That's it.
I mean, it's not hard. So, and then we'll announce the winner the next time we, if we do a live show Saturday night. If not, then we'll talk next time we're live next Wednesday. So, Mike, any last thoughts before we sign out here on our episode 2 of our weekly
interactive show? I'm going to download Fox Bet.
Do that because I am going to. What do you take? Venmo, PayPal? What'd you say?
Venmo. Yeah, I'm going to download Fox Bet, and before Saturday, I'll be getting. I'm going to be giving in, and then. Like I said, I'll have the spread here. I wish I could welcome people over. I wish, things were open enough for me to say, hey, if you want to come by, hit me up. But I'll have a spread for myself, and I'll be enjoying the bowling on Saturday night with some money on it. Probably some live betting going on while it's there. I hope they open it up so you can bet on who's going to strike on the next shot or not. That would be interesting. I could see myself betting $10 or $20 a shot there. So yeah, it'll be fun either way. And late night coach with Big Mike. How late you going to be up, son? What, tonight or on Saturday night? I don't know. It depends how much money I win. If I win a lot, I might be up celebrating.
I know he might be drinking 2-liter Cokes instead of just the cans.
Yeah, Saturday night won't be Cokes. I guarantee you, though. Saturday
maybe
night
some rum and Coke.
No, Saturday night will be craft beers. It'll be fine craft beers.
I got my White Claws in the fridge, Mike.
You're so suspect. You're so suspect.
Summer's coming, man. I gotta trim some weight.
What, summer's coming and you have girls coming to your house that are going to drink those, or?
Oh no, dude, it's a man's drink now. Dude, that turned over. I know you're from Philly.
We gotta go on that point. All right, guys. It was fun. We'll see the people shortly, and enjoy the live bowling.
Absolutely. Peace, guys. Later.
You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn Rob and Big Mike.